have seen the dark shadows moving in the woods, and I have no doubt that whatever I have resurrected through this book is sure to come calling for me.
Okay, try this. Okay, it's a 7.
I don't believe it!
Of spades. Queen of spades. Hearts. 8 of spades. 2 of spades. Jack of diamonds. Jack of clubs.
Hey guys, what is up? Niyat here with Film Comics Explained. And today, we'll be taking a look at the Deadites that were featured in the Evil Dead film series, starring Bruce Campbell, which were developed and directed by Sam Raimi. In the film, we're introduced to the Deadites, which are essentially demonic zombies and thralls that have been possessed by the Kardarian demons, which were ancient demonic spirits that had the ability to control anything with their touch, and had been confined to the Necronomicon ex morte, also known as the Book of the Dead. Long before the creation of the book, it's explained that the Kardarians were a living evil, born in the space between spaces, which was an interdimensional world. These evil dead were born with a hunger for life that they did not possess, which is why they were such a plague on the physical world. The Necronomicon was written by the Dark Ones, which were a race of godlike beings who possessed astonishing supernatural abilities, and were essentially able to deal with the outer dimensional creatures and demons that made their way between dimensions. In an effort to exert command upon the Kardarian demons, the Dark Ones created the Book of the Dead and channeled the demons into its pages through the use of powerful incantations. Though the Kardarian demons had been kept in check for thousands of years, the Necronomicon was discovered by Professor Nobi, who had managed to translate and personally recite passages from the Book of the Dead, which inadvertently began the process of releasing the Kardarian spirits that the Dark Ones had worked so hard to contain. In the films, it's explained that as interdimensional beings, the Deadites were capable of possessing people's bodies and consuming their souls. They also seemed to possess a significant increase in strength, speed, and endurance, and were seen performing acts beyond the physical capabilities of regular humans. The Deadites also displayed the ability to shapeshift into more monstrous forms, as well as being able to suspend themselves in the air in what appeared to look like flight. During this time, they also had the power to revert their hosts back into their human form in an effort to trick their friends and lure more victims in. Apart from gaining nourishment from the devourment of souls, they were seen to take pleasure in the psychological torture they inflicted upon their prey. In saying that, the Deadites did have a comedic yet sadistic side. Although they were ancient incorporeal beings with tremendous power, they often seemed to display childish moods, though this was assumed to have been a tactic they employed to look less threatening. Throughout the progression of the series, the Deadites developed an understandable hatred for Ash Williams, the film's protagonist, who had constantly defeated them and had become the biggest threat to their existence. This is attributed to the fact that he is the chosen one, and is the only one that is capable of consistently enduring their torment. Now, although the Deadites were a powerful force, they did display some weaknesses that could be exploited, like the Kardarian dagger, whose origins were unknown. The dagger, which is composed of human bones, is able to neutralize the Deadites with a single stab. The Necronomicon is also a major threat to the existence of the Deadites, and it contained the power to secure them, as it had done so for thousands of years prior to being found. I remember watching the first 2 films with some friends at film school, and being amazed that not only was the first film made in 1981, but it had also been done by a young film director who was fresh out of film school. Yes, I admit it didn't have much time for the development of characters, and a lot of the dialogue is hilariously over the top, but the nightmarish mood and use of clever special effects had me in a state of constant shock. I was also impressed by Raimi's innovative camera techniques, which would be built upon in his later films, like the Spider-Man trilogy he had helmed. Well, that's all for today, folks. Thanks to everyone who requested we look at the Deadites from the Evil Dead series. If there's any other content you'd like me to check out, don't hesitate to ask. As always, it's been a pleasure. Niyat here with Film Comics Explained. Thanks for stopping by.